Right, now it is exactly 8 p.m, meaning you're just in time for the program tonight. This is Look Up Weekend. My name is Brian Amwai. Thank you once again for making time for this program tonight. Our sign language interpreter tonight is Felista Adundo. Now, tobacco use is one of the leading causes of death globally, accounting directly for nearly 8 million deaths annually and approximately 4% of total diseases worldwide. It is expected that by 2030, tobacco use will produce the highest burden of premature mortality and disability in the world compared to other health risk factors, with low and medium income countries being more affected by this burden than high income countries. Now, in Kenya, every year, more than 6,000 people die of tobacco-related diseases, while more than 220,000 children and more than 2 million adults continue to use tobacco each day. Additionally, 79 men and 37 women are killed each week as a result of tobacco use. This is according to the National Library of Medicine. Now, tonight, we have this conversation on the silent killer and the campaign by Sir Antonio International, dubbed Anti-Tobacco and Tax Increase Awareness. Before we get to that discussion tonight, I want to bring you up to date with the news-making headlines tonight across the country. These are the top stories tonight.
The news headlines in association with
Tonight on Look Up Weekend.
Ours is to have a fresh start. A fresh start of engaging and agreeing what we want the national government administration to do for the benefit of the people of Kenya. And there is a lot to be done, by the way. There is so much to be done.
Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua meets commissioners from 30 counties affected by drought as the government continues to mitigate the hunger crisis. Also tonight.
And finally, we had to declare him dead at around 8:40 a.m. in the morning.
Former Ainab Koi Member of Parliament William Chepkut dies on Saturday morning while receiving treatment at Medihill Hospital in Nairobi. And
tuko na majonzi na tunauliza the only way hiyo majonzi itaisha ni tukisikia kwamba yule alikuwa nyuma ya hicho kitendo ameshikwa na amepelekwa kotini.
Embu residents in shock after a man sets his house on fire, killing his wife and then stabs himself to death.
Yippee! Kamata ploti na 349k. Oh yes, for only 349,000 Kenyan shillings, you become a plot owner at the Great Oasis Gardens, Nanyuki. The Great Oasis Gardens, Nanyuki is located along the Nanyuki-Rumuruti Road, only 11 minutes from the Cedar Mall and right opposite Mount Kenya Wildlife Estate. This is the best place to establish the getaway home that you have always dreamt about. For every 349,000 that you deposit or pay as installment towards any of Optiven's plot of land, you get 10k cash back instantly. Jaza basi twende Nanyuki. Bigger is indeed better.
All right, now just a reminder that you can be part of this program by engaging us on our socials. That is at Amwai Brian on Twitter, at LookUpTV. The hashtag to use tonight is LookUpWeekend. You can also find us on Facebook where we are live and on our YouTube page. Send us your feedback there. Tell us what you think about the story that we are running today and also the discussion that we'll be having later on the program about tobacco use in the country and across the globe, and also a campaign that wants to sensitize people on the use of tobacco and what effects that has in the country and on you as a person, right? Now, those feedbacks, we'll be able to sample them as we continue with the program tonight and when we end the program. That is at the end of the program, right? Engage us on our socials. Now, let's start this bulletin tonight. Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has met county commissioners and assured them that their jobs under the new administration are safe. While discussing the drought situation that has ravaged several counties, Rigathi says the role played by county commissioners is so critical that the Kenya Kwanza government will seek to engage them on administrative matters to deliver on the Kenya Kwanza manifesto. And as our reporter Henry Tende now files, the Deputy President has called for synergy between the governors and the commissioners to improve service delivery to Kenyans.
In a meeting with commissioners drawn from 30 counties that have been ravaged by the devastating drought, the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua notes that the administrators remain an integral part of the national government. Gachagua affirming that the commissioners are highly valued by the new government and will be heavily involved in operations of President Ruto's administration to enhance service delivery to Kenyans.
Officers of the national government administration remains the most efficient and effective officer of the Kenyan government. They are focused, they are committed, they know what to do. If we deploy them properly and appropriately and positively for our country's development and to help the people of Kenya, this country will succeed.
While assuring the commissioners that their jobs are safe, Gachagua says President Ruto will be meeting with the commissioners in the near future to bring them up to speed with details of Kenya Kwanza manifesto. This meeting aims at fully incorporating the county administration in the successful implementation process.
I want to assure all of you, your jobs are safe. Ours is to have a fresh start. A fresh start of engaging and agreeing what we want the national government administration to do for the benefit of the people of Kenya. And there is a lot to be done, by the way. There is so much to be done.
The success of devolved units is also top on agenda for President Ruto's administration. Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua detailing the importance of the county commissioners to work in collaboration with the governors to realize greater heights of development.
And I implore every one of you to take it as a personal responsibility to reach out to your governor and make him feel comfortable with you and the national government administration and the entire national government. We want no conflict with the governors. It cannot help our cause.
The Kenya Kwanza Alliance had a strained relationship with county administration in the run-up to this year's general elections as they accused the retired President Uhuru Kenyatta of using the commissioners to run campaigns. This meeting seeks to heal the damage caused in order to force a working formula going forward. Henry Tende, Look Up TV.
All right, now President William Ruto has joined other leaders in mourning former Ainabkoi Member of Parliament William Chepkut, who died on Saturday morning. Now Chepkut collapsed in his house and was rushed to Medihill Hospital in Parklands, Nairobi, where he was pronounced dead. The family now says Chepkut had been unwell for some time and was admitted to hospital for a period of time between late 2021 and early this year. The former Member of Parliament served the Ainabkoi constituency in the last government from 2017 to 2022. He will be remembered as a highly humorous politician.
We could not resuscitate as there was no revival, no spontaneous revival of respiration or heart rate or anything. And finally we had to declare him dead at around 8:40 a.m. in the morning.
Kabla aombe kiti cha Ainabkoi alikuwa mgonjwa hadi venye imefika leo Mungu amemchukua.
It's such a sad moment for us and for all of us. It's dumbfounding. Nataka kusema pole. As we prepare to set off the family to go to Nairobi because most of them were home, I'm sure the rest of the plans will be communicated.
Habari kwamba Chepkut ametuacha. Sisi hatujaamini mpaka saa hii. Na tunataka tu kuomba Mungu afanye maneno yake.
Now, President William Ruto has this evening arrived in Uganda ahead of the Uganda's 60th Independence Day celebrations on Sunday. Ruto is also expected to hold talks with President Yoweri Museveni to strengthen bilateral ties between the two countries. This coming after General Muhoozi Kainerugaba remarks that sparked diplomatic tiff between the two countries.
Like when I went to the Buddha home, yes. When I went to his home, I passed there and went to the yes. Kufungua. Sisi tunasema kuibua. Mlango. Mlango ndio. Niseme ni anakuja. Mambo. Wanya you also from I would have wanted to I can.
Right, we'll be keeping an eye on that and bring you up to date with that particular report also tomorrow as Uganda actually celebrates its Independence Day. Now, away from that, a somber mood has engulfed Amwai in Embu County after a man killed his wife and later committed suicide. The man is said to have set ablaze his house, burning his wife to death and later died from self-inflicted stab wounds. Neighbors now say that the couple was going through some marital distress, and this could be the probable cause of the tragic incident. Pris Kanjeri now reports.
The family of Caroline Wanja is yet to come to terms with the tragic loss of their kin, who was allegedly burned to death in her matrimonial home by her husband. It is alleged that Newton Murimi sent his 2 children away before beating his wife with blunt objects and later setting their house on fire. He was later found dead in his Muguka farm with self-inflicted knife wounds. Caroline's siblings narrated to us how her marriage has been full of tussles and that it was only recently that Caroline returned to her matrimonial home.
Majina naitwa Lilian. Mwenye amechomeka ni sistangu. Na uhusiano wake na bwanake haikuwa mzuri sana. Juu hata alikuwa nyumbani, kuna wakati walikosana na akakuja nyumbani.
Yote hakuna ajuaye because they had parted, then about 2 to 3 weeks ndio walirudiana, and kuna mwenye anaweza jua what happened hapo.
The area chief Charles Ngare has said that Newton Murimi has been involved in cases of drug trafficking and had been arrested but was later released.
Na ni kijana ambaye kwa siku kadhaa amekuwa ni mtu ambaye si wa kuaminika sana, ni mtu ambaye tumeshika mara nyingi sana kuhusu mambo ya bank. Juzi alianguka na pikipiki akiwa katika hali ya mambo ya ukora mpaka akarazwa. Juzi ingine alikuwa ameanguka na pikipiki mpaka mwenye alikuwa amebeba kava akapoteza maisha katika hiyo hali. Last year tuliweza kutoa banki mingi sana tukapeleka huyo kijana kotini, lakini after sometimes amerudi na aliadhibiwa kidogo.
The village elder says Newton was a very secretive man who secluded himself from the rest of the villagers, making it difficult to know the intricacies of his life.
Hakuwa mtu akona uhusiano sana na watu. Njia zile vitu anatengeneza hapa, amesa weka fence kwake. Hakuna mgeni anaingia, akona watu specific wenye wanafanya kazi huku kwake, sio watu wote. Kama sisi village tatungejua chochote kinaendelea huku ndani kulingana na vyenye mambo iko huku ndani.
Pris Kanjeri, Look Up TV.
Now, the body of a 4-year-old child has been found in a pit latrine in Munenge village, Kakamega County, days after she went missing. Now, the deceased, Esther Awinja, who was living with disability, went missing after attending church service on Sunday. Since then, the family has been searching tirelessly, only to be hit by the tragic news earlier today. Somber mood engulfs Munenge village in Matiha, Navaholo sub-county, after a 4-year-old child living with disability was found dead in a pit latrine days after she went missing. It is in this pit latrine that the deceased 4-year-old Esther Awinja's body was found, her mother taking another look at the pit that took the life of her child. According to the mother Ruth Joy, Her child, who was born with a disability, went missing around noon when they were leaving the church, with efforts to locate her not bearing any fruits.
Tukachukua jukumu kutafuta mtoto. Saa 6 tulitafuta mtoto mpaka saa 11 mtoto hakupatikana. Hadi tukamulika kwa choo. Tulimulika choo zote tukupata hadi kanisani. Asubuhi kuamka babaki vile alikuja akaangalia mtoto akazunguka akasema hapana, haiwezekani. Mtoto hawezi kutoka hapa na tembeingi. Ni mtoto mwenye anamola, ni mtoto akona miaka 4. Vile hiyo harakati yote vile alienda kuchukua kijiti kugwara ndani wakapata wakashuhudia kweli mtoto ako ndani ya choo.
The father of the deceased, Stephen Juma, says he received the report and started looking for the child before finding him days later inside the pit latrine.
Nikaanza tu kusunguka pale. Nikaenda nikachukua tochi ya simu. Nikamulika. Naona tu kitu huko ndani. Na sioni ni nini. Na nikaruti nyuma. Nikakuja nikachukua taa yangu. Nikaenda nikaingiza mkono ndani ya choo. Nikapika makoti. Nikaingiza kichwa kabisa ndani ya choo na nikaona huyo ni mtu. Pati alikuwa amekaa hivi, mahali penye palikuwa panaonekana ni hapa kwa mkongo.
The body of the deceased was moved to Kakamega Referral Hospital mortuary as the family began burial arrangements. Brian Amwai, Look Up TV. All right, now that story takes us to our first break here on the program, but just a reminder that we will be having a conversation tonight here on Matters Tobacco. So in case you smoke or you don't, this is a conversation for you because we'll be talking about the effects, and also there is a campaign that wants to sensitize you in regards to that. Don't go too far. We'll be back with more stories, sports news, then we get into that conversation later in the program. So continue engaging us on our socials at Amwai Brian on Twitter, at LookUpTV. The hashtag to use is LookUpWeekend. We are also live on Facebook and on YouTube, so you can send us your feedback and we'll be able to sample some of it at the end of the program tonight.
Get a chance to wake up as a tourist as you view Mount Kenya every day by buying a plot of land at Wema Gardens, Naru Moru. At only 400 meters off tarmac, this is the right place to build your dream home, cottages or holiday homes. You can also buy this property to give to your children as a special inheritance. Water and electricity are in the vicinity, while neighbors are already building their homes. These plots are specially ready for you with title deeds scheduled to be out in 6 months. Buy a 50 by 100 plot of land at Wema Gardens for only 399,000 Kenya shillings. You can also pay for your plot through our friendly one-year installments plan. Vera Beauty and Fashion College is focused on being the leading technical and vocational training institute in the region. Our team possesses in-depth knowledge and extensive experience in the industry, offering thorough training in cosmetology, hairdressing, interior design, creative arts, training of trainers, nail technology, and fashion design. With branches in Nairobi, Thika, Meru, Eldoret, and now in Mombasa, our courses ensure that learners are completely equipped with knowledge, competency, and employability skills. Enroll today to be a part of a center of excellence.
Hapa kazi tu inaendelea kuwasaka na kuwatambua wale ambao wanafanya kazi extraordinary na zile kazi za kujituma.
Biashara yote unaambiangwa, as long as you have a plan, you can do it. Our service is about to pressure the customer.
Mpenzi mtazamaji, hii ni hapa kazi tu.
good to have you join us on Heart to Heart.
We bring you stories of people who, despite the pressures they experienced, still trusted God to see them through.
The seeds that was sown in me helped me navigate and overcome that period of my life.
New testimonies, new insights, and even better revelation of the good things God has in store for us.
There is always a blessing waiting for someone in every episode.
Born a man, the society bestows tough responsibilities upon you.
Lazima uwe mtu wa bidii, ukija kuoa lazima uwe ni provider.
If you're not able to provide, that's a challenge. It takes a toll on a man.
It takes someone who is strong enough to face it.
This is Born a Man.
All right, now thank you for staying with us here on the program. Moving on, Turkana Governor Jeremiah Lomorukai has appealed to the national government to speed up the process of restoring security in Turkana County and other neighboring counties. Now, speaking while distributing relief food in Turkana, Lomorukai has urged the government to identify and prosecute leaders who are said to be fanning animosity among residents in the region as a determined measure. Now, here are the details of that particular story.
For a long time now, cases of insecurity have remained a thorny issue for residents of Turkana and other neighboring counties. This sorry state has seen innocent lives lost in numerous attacks by bandits, presenting a major headache in the security apparatus in the country. The most recent attack that claimed the lives of police officers has got area governor Jeremiah Lomorukai worried.
We must isolate that team. A team that is out to kill, to maim and murder our people. That's not a team that will accommodate as Kenyans. Lazima tuwaweke kando, let us park them aside. Because Kenya should not belong to thieves, to maimers, to people whose responsibility in this country is to kill and maim people.
Governor Lomorukai has attributed the attacks to a clique of leaders in the region. These leaders, he says, have been sponsoring violence to serve their own malicious interests. Lomorukai has now made a passionate appeal to President William Ruto to identify these leaders and prosecute them.
And I want to appeal to our able President of the Republic of Kenya that anybody, any politician that has taken issues of maiming, killing, murdering people, those leaders must be brought to book. And a serious action equivalent to what they are doing be taken against them.
This not without a warning though. Governor Lomorukai is concerned if those involved in insecurity cases are not identified and made to pay for their actions, then the problem will escalate to the national level.
Hatutakubali watu wa kutuua, unakuja unachoma watoto wetu, unachoma akina mama, na unakuja unaua askari ya serikali ya Kenya. Wale wanakupatia security. I'm just appealing to the president. That should not be taken lightly. Hao watu wenye wanaua askari na wanaenda scot free bila kuguzwa, watasoya na watakuja kuua hata rais.
Henry Tende, Look Up TV.
Now, the recent ruling made by Justice Anthony Murima that a degree will not be a requirement for gubernatorial aspirants in Kenya going forward has continued to elicit mixed reactions. Tonight, we bring you an exclusive with Victor Buoga, the man behind the successful petition that will possibly see many Kenyans go for the top county seat without the worry of academic requirements.
Meet Victor Buoga, a barber in Molem area in Kenya's capital, Nairobi. He is a man known for making clean haircuts, but recently his interest in law matters has given him much attention. Today he shares the motivation behind filing a petition challenging the requirement by IEBC that gubernatorial aspirants must be degree holders for their names to be on the ballot papers, apart from other requirements.
Jamii wamekukubali ukwe moja wao, ukiongozi wao. Hapa IEBC pia sasa amesema huwezi sema juu sasa hata wakikujua wakikubali na hujasoma hujahitimu na tadhima ya juu huwezi ukakuwa kwa kiti. Basi sasa ikisema wacha wamenyane, wacha wauze sera yao, itafungua vijana wengi sana ama wazee wenye wako na maoni na wale majamii yao wameweka waongoze.
While referring to the recent degree cases that Nairobi Governor Johnson Sakaja and his Machakos counterpart Wavinya Ndeti were facing, Victor believes that many people have potential to serve in several positions, but some of the requirements bar most of them.
Hii kitu lazima court itusikize, tuambie kama hii ni ukweli ama nini. Tukafile hiyo petition ili hii mambo yote hii last minute rush hivi na hivi aspirant wanasumbuliwa na wananchi, court pia wanawasumbua, ili hii kitu ikuwe once and for all, isikuwe isirudie sana.
With the help of Osman Hassan and associate advocates, Victor gained the muscle of presenting the petition in a concrete manner.
Hii kitu imezoea watu wengi sana hapa chini, sababu kuna wale watu wako purely sober in their minds and they cannot get to that seat because inasemekana hawana degree. Wengine hawakupenda kukosa kukuwa na degree eti hawakuwa na akili ya kusoma ndio wafikie hiyo degree. Lakini unapata mtu amesoma amefika form 4 hawezi fikia apate ile degree.
According to Harry Stephen Arunda, Victor's pro bono lawyer, Victor's thought on the issue enabled them notice the existing constitutional issue that the court needed to address.
We knew actually from the word go that the case is strong because this case we just go majorly at the constitution, and if you look at article 180 sub-article 2, it talks of eligibility times 2. That is, for one to be eligible for a governor, he must be eligible to be a member of a county assembly. And we go by the text. It means the qualification of a governor is equal to the qualification of a county assembly.
It was a race of time for the petitioners as the August general elections were fast approaching, as they wanted Kenyans with the desire to vie for the county boss position, but all that was not possible.
Our petition was largely brought on time, but it was dragged. Remember again, other ways of beating cases is through dragging it in court, protracting the case, and that was among the effect. That's why the judgment came a bit late. But remember, this thing was brought way before, I think a month before the elections. And that would have actually opened door for many candidates to vie who had qualifications and who are blocked.
It is now a reprieve to many who were locked out of the August 9th general elections after the ruling by Justice Anthony Murima, as they will have a chance to be considered as possible gubernatorial aspirants come 2027. Samia Dika, Look Up TV, Nairobi.
Now, as the government moves with speed to address the prevailing drought in the country that has ravaged at least 30 counties, measures have been put in place, with Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua saying that boreholes will be drilled in affected areas. On Your Opinion Matters tonight, we ask Kenyans what they make of the government's plan to address dire hunger situation.
And we have request the Kenya Defence Forces to assist us to set up a command center in this office that will regularly brief the media and the people of Kenya on the interventions that are being made and the drought situation in general.
Following the words of Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, that the government is committed to its effort in mitigating the ongoing drought in the country, today in Opinion Matter segment, we are asking Kenyans if they think if the government will be able to commit to its promises. Let's listen to some of their views.
Kulingana na vile tumeona naibu wa rais amezungumza, ni ya kwamba ninatumaini ya kwamba serikali inaenda kutekeleza kusaidia katika short term na hata katika long term.
Katika eneo mingi wengi wanahangaika kwa sababu ya njaa, na sisi tuna ushuhuda yetu ni kuwa tunataka kuwaona kama swala la njaa linaweza kuondolewa nchini Kenya.
To me, I believe given time, because they are newly installed in the government, we need to give them time. And by virtues of what they have been planning and what they have put in place, I believe all will be well.
Sioni kama serikali itakabiliana na hii mambo ya njaa, kwa sababu wameishi wakituambia mambo mingi ya kukabiliana na njaa. Ni sisi kama maasola hapa hivi, kama sahii hatuna job, inafaa waangalie kama ni kazi, kama ni njaa. Kama mimi nimelala juzi jana njaa. Sasa hii mambo ya serikali wajaribu kung'ang'ana vile wanaweza fanya hii mambo ya njaa ijaribu kuisha.
Kulingana na mimi nilikuwa naona kama serikali inataka kusaidia watu wenye wako na njaa, mbona bado saizi tunapewa promises, ni kama bado tuko elections. Unaona, kama ni kutoa mikakati na ibuni mikakati zenye Wakenya wanaona.
Venye iliingia kwa serikali, at least wanapunguza vitu, wanapunguza venye waliahidi. Hizo 100 days zitafika kwa watu wengine wamekufa njaa. Kitu yenye ko tu hapo ni wapunguze ndio watu wasikie poa.
Those are the views of some of the Kenyans in Nairobi. With the big question remains to be, will the government be able to curb drought in the country? Marlon Orlando, Look Up TV, Nairobi.
Fights through the streets of Central Park in New York.
Now let's get sporty tonight. The Standard Chartered Marathon, Nairobi Marathon organizing committee held its third and final warm-up race in the lead-up to this year's marathon scheduled for 30th October 2022. Now the warm-up race held in Karura Forest, so runners participate in 5, 10 and 21 kilometers trails. Now the Standard Chartered Nairobi Marathon has grown tremendously, earning recognition from World Athletics and the Association of International Marathons and Distance Races.